Hey, Sophia. I think we're all going through some similar cycles here. I mean, life itself is a cycle: death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth, and we're constantly becoming the person that we want to become. And I think I like to look at it as though um, progress is being made in a way, and that it's not just a cyclical um, self-defeating circle or wheel of death and rebirth. I think reincarnation may happen on the level of whole lifetimes, but I also think it happens from moment to moment, from day to day. Um, the Buddhist side of me doesn't really believe in a fixed self or fixed identity that remains in here and that has the world move around it. I think my identity is in the world, and as the world changes, as the situation that I am in changes, I change, and there's nothing we can do about that. We're always embedded in the world. We're always already surrounded by other people, and you know, I frustrate myself sometimes trying to work on myself, and the reason it's frustrating is because there is no self to work on, and so it's like you know shining a flashlight in search of darkness, um, or like a dog chasing its tail. There's plenty of metaphors to describe the silliness of all of this. But I wanted to read a couple poems that I think are somewhat relevant by Ranier Maria Rilke from his book of Hours, Love Poems to God. No one lives his life. Disguised since childhood, haphazardly assembled from voices and fears and little pleasures, we come of age as masks. Our true face never speaks. Somewhere there must be storehouses where all these lives are laid away, like suits of armor, or old carriages, or clothes hanging limply on the walls. Maybe all paths lead there, to the repository of unlived things. And yet, though we strain against the deadening grip of daily necessity, I sense there is this mystery. All life is being lived. Who is living it then? Is it the things themselves, or something waiting inside them, like an unplayed melody in a flute? Is it the winds blowing over the waters? Is it the branches that signal to each other? Is it flowers interweaving their fragrances, or streets as they wind through time? Is it the animals warmly moving, or the birds that suddenly rise up? Who lives it then? God? Are you the one who is living life? All who seek you test you, and those who find you bind you to image and gesture. I would rather sense you as the earth senses you. In my ripening ripens what you are. I need from you no tricks to prove you exist. Time, I know, is other than you. No miracles, please. Just let your laws become clearer from generation to generation. How surely gravity's law, strong as an ocean current, takes hold of even the smallest thing and pulls it toward the heart of the world. Each thing, each stone, blossom, child, is held in place. Only we, in our arrogance, push out beyond what we each belong to for some empty freedom. If we surrendered to Earth's intelligence, we could rise up, rooted like the trees. Instead, we entangle ourselves in knots of our own making and struggle, lonely and confused. So, like children, we begin again to learn from the things, because they are in God's heart. They have never left Him. This is what the things can teach us: to fall, patiently to trust our heaviness. Even a bird has to do that before he can fly. So I read a couple more than I thought I was going to, but hopefully you enjoyed them. And yeah, take it easy.